Welcome to the Faculty Quick Start Guide to Canvas. Baker College has created this guide to help focus on key features of Canvas which will assist in preparing your course for students. This document includes course setup requirements, which will need to be completed within 7 days of your course loading, links to associated Canvas guides, and best practices to keep in mind as you facilitate your course. If we scroll back up, we'll notice that there are only 6 items for you to complete prior to students loading. You'll need to personalize the standard announcement with course information, your name, preferred contact information, and instructions in the first announcement should be directing students on how to get started in the course. You'll need to set up your faculty information, ensure that your course is set to Eastern Time, specify your engagement expectations, create an initial discussion thread for Module 1, and create an introduction discussion thread for your students to introduce themselves to the course. Let's begin going through this course guide by starting at personalizing the standard announcement. As you can see, when you enter your course, you'll land on the home page, which has the Baker Proud logo and the module buttons. On the left-hand side, you can see that there is this navigation panel. Anything that is grayed out, students cannot access, but you as the instructor can. Now, in order to create an announcement, we will go to the Announcements page. Here is where you can see anything that has been created as an announcement in your course. The welcome message that has been entered for you just needs to be personalized. In order to do that, you need to go up here and click Edit. And now you can see it has brought up the Rich Content Editor, which is this page here where you can edit and add things to it. And just like in Blackboard, you'll see that there are certain areas where you can adjust what you need to personalize this message. And then once you're finished adding your personalized information, you'll want to scroll down and press Save. And now you can see that it has saved my changes to the Announcements button. If we go back to the Quick Start Guide, we'll see that the next area that we need to work on is setting up our faculty information. Now if we go back to our course and click on the Modules area, you will see that in Canvas everything is laid out in a very linear fashion. For example, here is our Resources for Instructors area, and you'll notice that everything is here. You don't have to click into the folder to see it. You'll also notice that it is not published, so students cannot see this area. If we scroll down to the start here, you'll notice that this area is published, or you've clicked the button and made the area green, and that means students can see this area. You'll also notice that the second one down is your faculty information. This is where we can add our faculty bio. Once again, if you want to edit this area, you'll go over to the right-hand side of your screen and find the Edit button. And this is where I can start to add my personal information. And then you can add your phone number, a brief bio, office hours, that kind of thing. If you wanted to add a picture here and you have it saved on your computer, then you just click to make your cursor active and wherever you would like your photo to be. And then you'll click over here on the right-hand side, you'll click Images. And you want to go to Upload a new image. And this allows you to search your computer for the specific file that you would like to have in your announcement or your faculty information area. Once you're done making this your own, you'll want to press Save. And you can see that it has been updated to include my personal information. Going back to the Quick Start Guide, we'll see that the next item on our list is to ensure that our time zone is Eastern Time Zone. So we'll go back to our course and we'll go down to Settings. And then you can see here that this is an Eastern Time Zone, so we are good to go. If for some reason it is not, and if it's sent to Mountain or Central, it's very easy to just click on Eastern Time, and then ensure that you go down and press Update Course Details. You'll see that the next item on our list is faculty need to specify engagement expectations. This will differ based on your own teaching style and the course that you teach. Just make sure that you post your expectations as an announcement, like we've already done, or in a clearly labeled discussion thread, which I'll show you how to create in just one moment. Remember, if you forget how to create an announcement or a discussion, you can go over here into the left-hand column, and these resources will give you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. The next item on our Quick Start Guide is to create an initial discussion thread for Module 1. So let's go back to our course and go back to Modules. If we scroll down, we'll be able to see in Module 1 we have one reading assignment, a discussion question, a crime scene scenario, final presentation, and an interview. But let's say we want to add another discussion or engagement question to support the student learning outcomes to this module. We will go over to this plus button and it will open up an additional window. You'll want to go over to this drop-down menu to make sure that you click Discussion, and then you'll want to click New Topic. We encourage faculty to create a naming convention for themselves so that they can easily find discussion question threads or engagement threads that they've created in the discussions area, because it can get a little crazy looking after an 8-week course to try to find a thread to look at student responses. So I'm going to say Module 1, New Discussion, and then I'm going to click Add Item. When we create new discussions this way, Canvas automatically puts the new shell that you've created at the bottom of the module. But in Canvas, it's really easy to rearrange things. You just click and drag. Now, you'll see that this is not published yet, so students cannot see it. Also, we have to add content to our new discussion. You'll be able to click into this, and then you'll want to click Edit. And this is where I can put content, videos, articles, or ask a question for students to respond to. You'll want to scroll down and make sure you click Allow Threaded Replies. Canvas always defaults to focused discussions, which only allow students to reply to you, not to each other. If you want your discussion to act just like your Blackboard discussions, then you'll need to make sure that you click the Allow Threaded Replies every time you create a new discussion thread. Once you are happy with all of the settings here, you want to save, or you can save and publish. Now students can click here to reply. Now if we go back to the modules page, we'll see that my new discussion is in the module 1, but it has not been published yet. So you saw on the previous screen that you can do it there, or you can do it here, and students will now be able to see it. Going back to our Quick Start Guide, you'll see that we have a Canvas resource here in case you should run into any trouble, have any issues, concerns, or questions. This link will take you to a Google Doc which has videos, step-by-step instructions, and links to other Canvas resources. If we go back to our Quick Start Guide, we'll notice that there is one thing left on our setup requirements, and that is to create an introduction discussion thread. Going back to our course, there are a couple different ways that we can do this. Remember, anything grayed out students cannot see, so if you put it in discussions but do not put it in a module, they will not be able to respond to it. One option is to go back into our plus button in Module 1, go to our drop-down menu, click on Discussion, New Topic, and let's title it Introduction Thread. You'll notice it put it back at the bottom. We're going to put it at the very top. And we're going to make sure that it's published. And then we're going to go into the thread and edit. And we're going to put our discussion thread instructions here in the Rich Content Editor. Once we're done, make sure we allow threaded replies, and then we click Save. And now they can reply to each other and to you. Now if we go back out into the modules area and scroll down to Module 1, we'll see that we've added an introduction thread and a new discussion thread. Some faculty have been adding a new module called Virtual Office. One way to do that is to click on the plus button for the module, title it Virtual Office, and then click Add. Remember, in Canvas, when you add something, it goes all the way to the bottom. So let's move that to the top. And then click on the plus button, and now we can add discussion, threads, or maybe even ask the instructor thread could go here. Maybe you have important information that you want students to be able to see throughout the entire course, and you'd rather have it here than in an announcement. So that's just one other option that you could do. That is the last requirement for setting up your course prior to students loading on the Faculty Quick Start Guide to Canvas. Make sure that you scroll down to look at the best practices area, however, because it also offers Canvas resources in things like adding accessibility to your course, adding closed captioning, adding quizzes, maybe integrating new apps, or even how to help you respond to students in Canvas discussions, or using Canvas SpeedGrader. We hope that this has been a useful tutorial, and stay tuned for other ones coming up later in the year.